Good day, YouTube. Welcome to my channel. My name is Darren, and in this video I'm going to show you my process in repairing my bench that's surrounding this tree right behind me. This is the bench. You see that some of the wood is deteriorated, rotted out, broken. So today is the day where I'll take the time to repair it and watch the process on how I do this. Here I went to a lumber store and I picked up some 2x4s and 1x4s. These are treated, and I'm using an Audi SUV, and when I closed it, it didn't close all the way, so what I ended up doing is just leave the lid half open. We're on our way back to the house, and then after that just going to do an unloading video of all the woods. I had to go back for more once I finished up the wood, so I had maybe like 2 or 3 trips going back and forth throughout the day. This bench was, I think it was made about 15 or 20 years ago, but see all those plants, and now I gotta have to remove all them. Combat the wasp. There's a wasp over here somewhere, and I ran for my dear life. I got most of all the plants removed, so I have to come up with a way to frame it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some pictures of how it's set up. Like, for example, here how the legs are set. You can see there's a triangle for bracing when you sit on the bench there. I got to look at the how the corners are cut, you know, kind of like 45 degrees. Again, I'm not no professional, but I'm gonna do the best what I can. And you can take a look here, a little bit of shelving for some plants, how it's all warped, and how the tree grew around. So this thing's been up here, I don't know, maybe like 20 years. See how the wood's all rotted out? So I did get some pressure treated lumber, 2x4s and also 1x4s. Look at that. I got some wood screws that I'll be using again. I think this is going to be the easiest place to start, because I already have a measurement from end to end for the seat, and here's the brace. So I'm just going to carefully just remove this section and kind of measure and make a bench for it, and hopefully it fits. So let me tear down just this section. I gotta break it down, maybe pry bar, and to just rip it off. This is about 42 and a half.
Man, I haven't used one of these saws in a while, so it took me a few tries until when I was sawing it didn't catch like it's going to catch right about here. So that was just a couple practice, and then later on as I continued to cut more 2x4s, it was a whole lot easier. So the 2x4 I cut, the length is 42.5 inches. I'm using the existing 1x4 that's already embedded in that tree, as you can see here. I'm going to use that 2x4, connect some wood screws to it so give me some support, and that way I can start using this as the initial point to working my frame for all the seating structure.
Next, I'll measure the 45-degree angle here, the longest part. I'm looking at approximately 20 inches.
Eventually I found the way to cut straight through the 2x4 instead of flipping it over like I did here. Yeah, and it did take me a couple of practice until I got the hang of it.
Okay, here's the 45-degree cut. First time doing it like this. So that's what it looks like there. I'll do the other side. All right, so 45-degree cut. A little short, but that's fine because you can adjust it. You can put it closer in as long as it gets a good brace. So that's good here. Now I want to measure this wood here to the end. It's roughly about 18. So I'm going to just make a mark here on the template where I need to cut. I had to remove this vertical post because if I'm going to put this horizontal brace, I don't have room to drill a screw so I can support this seat. And I also need to put the 45-degree brace just like that. So measuring the distance, just a template from here to the middle, or where the seat is going to be located, roughly 17 inches. Just measuring out 17. I measure 17 for the back. And I'm going to put 2 screws. I'm just making sure it's centered in the middle. It's not going to line up with my lines. Okay. Now for the 45-degree support. It doesn't have to be exact. So as long as this is going to be flush with the seat and flush with the post. Okay, pretty much right there, centered. Okay, went through. I'm gonna have to cut that off, or I don't have any shorter screws. What I'll do is I'll just cut that off. It doesn't matter actually. I'll just bend it towards that way, or just leave it like that, because that's just the back end of the post. So that's fine. I'll just leave it like that. And it's gonna do the same here for the seat. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to just cut it off. Should be no problem at all. Okay, what I'm thinking about is making sure that this is flat. It just needs to come down a little bit. You know, it's really hard to do. Maybe I'm not going to worry about it, you know. I'm just eyeballing it. It's going to go up or down, you know, depending on when I drill it back in its post. But as far as this, I'm looking at an eyeball here, just making sure we got a 90 degree here. That's 90 degree. So let me get the right angle. 90 degree. So I'm looking at this, the right angle is 90 degrees. That's in. It's like I said, it's eyeball. Right now that's a little bit too tight in there, but that's okay. You know what? Try not to be too perfect. Anyways, it didn't go through. That's a plus. Because I'm coming in more of at an angle. There you go. Place to sit, support. I feel really stout. Okay, so here is where the bubble can come into play to make sure it is level. What I'm looking at now, the bubble is level. Wherever I can screw this in, that's where it's going to go. Okay, bubble still center. So the bubble's centered. So I have one post done. I'm going to do the same measurements, 42.5 for the vertical post, 18 inches for the seat. The brace is going to be 20, and I'm going to bevel those edges that I need to bevel, like for the edge in here, and also for the brace there, the 45-degree support. So let me finish, just do one side. I'm going to do the same process. So this is where I'm at now. I got the second post up. These posts is the same dimensions as the first one I did. And I got these 1x4s. There was supposed to be 5 going across. I changed it up. I was just going to say I'm going to do 4 going across like that. I have it beveled on each side as 45 degrees, so I'm just eyeballing it, put it like that. I also have a leveler here to test, make sure the bubble is centered as I screw it in. I have a cat here. We call this cat Ming Ming. Ming Ming. There you go. This is Ming Ming. Hey, excuse me, Ming Ming. So I'm going to drill a pilot hole. Now use the level to center the bubble. That's what it looks like right now. Yeah, the bubble is level. Here, not so level. It's all right. That one's level, but this one not so level.
Here's what it looks like so far. I have this section completed. I still need to continue the same process throughout the other posts.
Good day. Welcome again. This is day 3 of this project, and I just came back, got some more lumber, and I hoped one more 9-footer 2x4s would finish this project. So let me show you where I'm at now, and let's get this project done. So this is where I'm at here. I got my this is not our cat, by the way. This is our neighborhood cat. It hangs out here. So I just got to finish these 2 little sections here. So I just bought, like I said, one section of 2x4s, and you get 2 free cuts, by the way. So I measured out 37 inches and also 31.5 inches, and that's basically for this rose here. So I measured it 37 inches and I had a free cut. So I used this corner right here, measured it from this corner to this corner, and I try to give it a little gap. So it's about 37, so I had him cut it. So that's about where I'm gonna mark it and put the other corner to there. All right, so I'm not gonna cut it from here. I need to cut just a little bit off, and I'm just gonna tilt it here. I'm just gonna tilt it and just eyeball it where I can just draw the line here to cut. And I'll make the cut there. Meanwhile, on the other side, I'll do the same thing. Alright, so there's my 45-degree cut. I'm just feeling here, it's going to be flush, and as well here at this side. So it's doing good. Time to screw these. I'm using 3.5 inches. They protrude all the way through both the 2x4s. So I'll do the same thing for the this one here. From this corner right there to where I think just gonna make the gap even, and I'm just gonna eyeball it to figure out where the center is, there to this corner, and I'll just draw a line from this tip here to where I see the edge to there. I'll draw another line. Now this thing here, you see the gap is different. So on this side, I'm gonna have to put the wood somewhere here, starting from this area and come across. So I'm not going to screw these down yet. I want to make them almost like equal distance. So I'm gonna leave this one loose, but make a measurement from here to somewhat in the middle there. I'm gonna call it maybe 26 inches. No, 25 3/4. I'll call it 25 3/4. Remember earlier in the video I had a hard time cutting straight through this? Well, I learned how to do it better. Like I mentioned, there's going to be a gap. It's not going to be matched. As long as this looks symmetrical with the gaps, you know, and we'll call it the day. We'll call it right there, somewhere right there in the middle. So I have it pretty much even, these gaps. I think I'm gonna move this just down a little bit. Move this just down a little bit. Okay, and now just to screw those down to the base of the seat. Cool beans, it is done. This is the bench around the tree, the circular bench. A little bit of imperfections, but at least I got it done. It looks good as an amateur here. So this is what it looks like completed. I will be putting stains on it later, give it some color, make it natural looking. But that's what it looks like. I am happy I've completed this project. Yeah, there's going to be like imperfections, like you see right there, you got a crack. The wood was a little dry. And because on unlevel terrain, some of the measurements is not going to match. Like you can see the symmetry is not matching. I need to shave some of this top portion. It's uneven. Just got to bevel it. Got to cut some of the under the bottom. You'll see some nails. I got to trim some of those nails there. Sharp edges here. Got to file that down with a sander. Make it all smooth and flat before I put some stain onto it. But let me know what you think. This is a great project. I just basically refurbished a older version of it, and it's a nice place to sit under the tree here. All right, guys, another Cool Beans video. Thank you for watching again. This project is now complete, with the exception of putting a top so that we can put some flowers on the top. I'll do that later on, but for now I want to stain it later. I got to do some grass work trimming today. So thanks for watching. My name is Darren, and I hope to see you in a future video. And if you're new to my channel, please consider to subscribe, leave me a like and a comment. Have a great day, everyone.